take it right back out and put it in a different account. Half dozen the other. Think about what I'm saying.
That's just it. The way you say it, maybe
No,
me have to
anybody
think.
else would understand that. The
Yeah.
Social Administration
Yeah.
deposits $800 into our checking account every month.
Okay. All right, so it's direct deposit.
Direct deposit. We then take it out and move it to a different account.
Okay. And what account would that be?
The Social Security account.
All right.
That's the name of that account.
All right. So, without all that, right, exactly. How much is in the Social Security account?
I have to look.
It looks like 88 according to before this last one. 8,800, that would be?
No. No, it's more than that. No, it's more than that.
See that right there?
Mm-hmm.
That's just a light coming through the refrag. You started doing that. I think it's the angle of the dangle. I think if I change that angle, because I've never gotten that until recently. It's just light refrag. In the early part, when the sun's over here, that dot will be over here, and when the sun's directly over, it's right here. It's almost like a pendulum on a clock.
I'm riveted and just stunned into silence. That is fascinating.
Well, it is to some.
Not to this one.
All right. Go get you some water.
I'm gonna change my clothes.
Change your clothes.
I'm gonna change my clothes. Well, of course it's quieting down.
Yeah, I would imagine.
I wonder if the skirts and the mullets think it's too cold to play.
The skirts and the mullets. Man, this is moving. Wow. Somebody new.
Well, we're watching it. Appreciate you guys joining us. Always good to have you both in, and we're looking forward to obviously the comments tomorrow by the former president and see how they are received on the front picket lines there. It is obviously a big issue for the American workers and billions at stake. Deb and Jason, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Bud.
All right, so turning to Trump's 2020 federal election case in a court filing late last night, Trump's lawyers pushed back at Jack Smith's request to curb some of his public statements about the people involved. Smith was asking Judge Tanya Chupkan for a court order limiting Trump's out-of-court statements about potential witnesses in the case and barring disparaging, intimidating remarks, what he said about the judge and prosecutors and potential jurors. But in this filing late last night, Trump's defense team said the restrictions would violate his right to free speech, especially as a clear frontrunner for the Republican nomination in 2024. All right, let's get you back out to Detroit, Michigan. President Joe Biden, again, any moment expected to arrive and join the picket line. This is the 12th day, the UAW strike. And the White House says he's going to stand in solidarity with the men and women as they fight for a fair share of the value they helped create. And our correspondent, Leonardo Feldman, has been talking to the auto workers. He joins us now with more on what the striking auto workers are saying about Biden's visit and Trump's as well. Leonardo.
Bianca, what I can tell you is that a new report from the New York Post shows that the big three automakers are spending millions of dollars on the. We know the following, that the article says that Brandon Mansilla, the UAW union director of New York City, said the following: if you care about diversity and equity and inclusion and social justice, then you put it in the contract and you compensate workers fairly.
Those programs are good and they are needed. I don't know if I'd necessarily say that they really should be something that should be sacrificed, in exchange for our pay. I think they are necessary and they're a good thing.
Honestly, I think that they have enough money where they can put the focus all across the board. One should not have to lack because of the others, because that's just how good the companies are doing right now. Again, with record profits, we should have record contracts, and we should also still be able to put the money into where it's needed on the company side as far as diversity, equity, and inclusion, as well as us getting our fair pay that we deserve.
And Sean Fain, the president of UAW, lashed out at Ford over their decision to pause the construction of an EV battery plant in Michigan. Fain said, quote, "This is a shameful, barely veiled threat by Ford to cut jobs. Closing 65 plants over the last 20 years wasn't enough for the big three. Now they want to threaten us with closing plants that aren't even open yet. We are simply asking for a just transition to electric vehicles, and Ford is instead doubling down on the race to the bottom." President Joe Biden, as you mentioned, is about to head to the picket line in Wayne County, Michigan, and we know the following, that former President Donald Trump said this in a new statement: Joe Biden's draconian and indefensible electric vehicle mandate will annihilate the U.S. auto industry and cost countless thousands of auto workers their jobs. The only thing Biden could say today that would help the striking auto workers is to announce the immediate termination of his ridiculous mandate. And Trump will speak to auto workers tomorrow in Clinton Township. We know that he will do so in a primetime speech. Back to you.
Leonardo Feldman, keep us posted, and thank you for that live update right now. And again, we're watching Capitol Hill 2 days away now from a highly anticipated first impeachment inquiry hearing of President Joe Biden. Our legal panel ahead will react to some of the witnesses that we are learning who will be there. Also, former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi weighs in on the bribery indictment of New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez. Wait until you hear her reasoning as why she thinks he needs to resign. Newsline just getting started. Don't go anywhere.
I switched.
Beloved actor known for his role Bengals players. Are you expecting an argument for that last piece of banana bread?
Oh, hell no. Oh, you don't care. You know I don't care about that shit when it comes to food.
No, I'm just saying maybe I want that.
Oh, well,
You
who
feel
will?
kind of guilty.
No, but you had a good share of it last night.
I did. had 4 slices. 2 of them were thick.
These are our choices for dinner tonight.
I just want to say, before you offer those choices, this is the last time ever in my life when I have dinner, I'll be less than 59. This is the last dinner of my life before the age of 59. Okay?
Yep.
So what do you got?
Nah. We don't make it easy.
I'm just putting things in perspective. Chateaubriand from the box, perhaps?
What is it?
Chateaubriand from the frozen box.
I hope they all boo the fuck out of him.
No, because you know what they're going to do? They're going to make sure that where they put him, he'll be surrounded by supporters.
All this fanfare for this fucking imposter, for this fucking
Well, that's what they do.
loose cannon,
That's
this
what they do.
fucking brain dead dude.
They do. They call ahead. They said, everything's set up.
I hate him so much. I fucking hate him so much. Oh, they were talking about his 2 brain aneurysms that he had surgery.
Yeah.
And there's a technical term, it's something syndrome. People get this after they have this because their brain is exposed to oxygen and
Right.
Blah,
That's
blah,
true.
blah.
The old saying.
and
Yeah.
this doctor was saying there is a host of
Evidence that shows he's
behaviors or different things that are common within people who have the same surgery that he had. And he had it twice.
right.
And everything we're saying, the doctor was like, I haven't diagnosed him, but whatever. And it's just fucking
So they got. How does this work? Is there 2 choices of stairs coming out of the Air Force? I mean, on the front end, because usually there's a taller door up top, right? But there's also like a lower door option, I guess. So there might be a staircase inside the airplane.
Yeah, usually it's a hell of a lot more steps going up.
Yeah. So they must
like
have
the one that he fell on.
They must have a choice. No, they're not going to put the president where everybody boos him at the union thing. They'll have that all set up so it'll be people cheering for Biden.
Oh, Jesus. Who in the right mind would want to do that?
Well, you're talking about Detroit Union, okay? But they're not really rooting for Biden. They're rooting for their next paycheck. Yeah, there's a saying, and we talked about this months ago, but they said, they brought it up the other night again. There's an old saying that even this brain surgeon, it's a fact. Once the air hits your brain, you're never the same. You're not the same. When they take that speaks for itself. I think brain doctors and neurologists will tell you that you'll be a little bit different after that. Biden's brain's been through a bunch. I mean, really. Just the age alone. 2 aneurysms. He had a brain surgery.
They were making fun of him again this morning, yesterday.
It's time to quit making fun of him. It's
not making fun of him. They played it, and the whole time Biden was talking, he was just like mumbling and not enunciating.
Yeah.
And I said, I have no fucking idea what he's saying. And then John Fredericks gets back on and he looks at the camera. This is the anchor man, the host. And he goes, I have no idea what this man just said.
Right. Yeah. What was that, a Newsmax?
Wrath.
Yeah, they got him coming down. You know what he looks like? He still looks like he's fatigued. Because I can understand all. You can too.
Mm-hmm. I just can't even believe that his wife, his kids, his family,
This time, yeah, right. It's like they said last night.
they're not taking care of him.
No, they never were. They never should have been running to begin with.
Mm-mm. It's cruel.
Is that Lahaina? What is that?
Republic of Artsakh.
Azerbaijan's military operation to fully reclaim the region. And the Cuban government in Havana releasing this video showing the moment when 2 Molotov cocktails were thrown at the Cuban embassy in Washington, D.C. Nobody was hurt, thankfully, and there was no significant damage. So far, no arrests.
Well, they got it on camera, that's for sure.
And a small group of Lahaina residents have returned to their devastated properties for the first time since the Hawaii town was destroyed by wildfires. Officials say by mid-morning yesterday, about 16 vehicles carrying residents entered the burnt-out area. And that's your Newsmax News Minute. For breaking news, you can go to newsmax.com.
Yeah.
Bianca.
Sarah, thank you. All right, let's look at the White House next on Newsline. The road to 2024, some new poll numbers are out. We'll tell you what they mean for Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley.
Let's have that debate Wednesday so we can quit hearing about these other fucking clowns.
With Sean Fain there, the president of the United Auto Workers
You know,
Union here.
You know, but nobody wants to hear from Nikki Haley. Who gives a shit?
But it's a complicated issue. Of course, this strike could cost our economy.
Look at all the red.
We're days away from a government shutdown as well. And Sean Fain himself, the president of the union.
What does that mean? Trump?
Oh, you know what? They're probably UA members, probably UA people, UAW people.
Go ahead, sniff her hair. Oh, no, she's too old.
Over the past 20 years. It wasn't enough for the big three. Now they want to threaten us with closing plants. So obviously very far away from the negotiation table here between the big three and the UAW. We'll see how Biden's visit shakes things
What
out.
did you
And
say
obviously Donald
a few
Trump
days
goes
ago?
as
You're
far
waiting
as
for Biden to do
speak
what? To say something or because it's coming, whatever it was, I can't remember.
We know smartphones, smart lights, smart whatever that is. But another
Waiting for him to say just one word.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
That's genius.
No, it was something.
Was it? Fuck Barack Obama, I'm in charge.
Yeah,
Or he won't say fuck, but he'll say
I'm tired of. I wish he would say I'm tired of taking orders from Obama.
something.
If he said that, can you imagine? I'm tired of taking orders from him. Wow.
You see,
Wow.
he could go up to the podium with 3 things that'll make that happen inside of him: the vigor and the aggravation and the frustration of being taking orders. Right? He also might be mentally fatigued enough to not remember things, to definitely not say. Like, you never say you're taking orders from Barack.
Oh, can you imagine if he said that?
But what I'm saying is, you've seen it where the brain can be energized to say this that it shouldn't, and too fatigued to remember not to say this. Right? He could go up there and he could say, "I'm all done. I'm all done listening to you, Barack. I'm the president," or something that's even worse than that. That puts it in its place.
Orders, taking orders.
Yeah. That would be.
The media would have a fucking meltdown.
Well, they wouldn't even play it. It would have to be like in front of the media.
Yeah, like
In front of the world, live on television.
yeah.
Not just a little drive, a walk by. No, he's at the podium in front of all the media. It's going to get worse and worse.
It's not going to get better. That's the thing. His disease is not going to get better.
We know it won't. And AIDS never gets better either. He's aging rapidly now, honey. He's 80. And he's got dementia. Plus, he should have a lot on his mind, what's there available. He should be feeling the stresses of caring about what the world thinks of him, right? I'll bet you they don't even let him in front of a TV with the news on.
He's unbelievably tiresome. He's so tiresome.
I will never forget Inauguration Day. Oh, that was depressing. Going from a successful Trump having to hand it over to reuniting.
Yeah, reunited. And also all the change of the cabinet, like all the secretaries were all different. No more Kayleigh McEnany, Jen Psaki. The whole thing the next day was just, it was like a bomb went off.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Different AG, different, everything was just different.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it sucked.
Oh, that's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when
Trump dominates California? His rivals are in denial. Yeah, it's like the citizens of North Korea. They all hate him, Kim Jong-un. They all hate him.
Of course they do.
And the, as Bannon puts it, the Lao Beijing,
What?
they all hate Xi.
What is that in the window?
That right there?
Yeah.
That is a Rosa Sharon.
What's that?
It's like a bush.
Why do we want it in the house?
Because Susan brought it up, and we're going to plant it in the fall. We're going to pick a place to plant it.
Plant it in the fall?
Some plants need to be planted in the fall for whatever reason.
Well, what happens with it? What kind of plant? What's it do?
I'm going to show you a picture of Rosa Sharon right now.
How big does it get? Does it turn into a tree?
No. It's like a bush, honey. It's like a
We don't need more bush around the house.
honey. You don't get to win this one. Sorry.
No.
Oh, no data. Turn my phone off. It's fucking pain in the ass. 35 minutes I was in Spectrum so that they could do nothing to my phone.
Yeah.
We both have the same phone.
Yeah.
And yours doesn't do this.
All
Which
that
is good.
happens-
I'm glad that doesn't happen to you.
I think I want to start taking my supplements a bunch earlier than what I have been. Not that it's just in the chance that they could be digested better, you know. I think I'm taking them plenty before I go to bed early enough, but more time is better to know that it's better digested. So I'm going to start taking them earlier. And then it's good because I get it out of the way. I'm taking pills all the fucking time. You know? I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you are.
And the last thing I feel like doing is, so him and his wife, they're both losing weight and looking good. Mercedes?
Yeah, Mercy. They call her Mercy. People that know her well, he calls her Mercy. But yeah.
Well, he's the husband.
Right, but I've heard other,
Yeah.
people on TV.
Wait till next week when it's 55 to 41. And then a week after that, it's 61 to 40. Or 60, it can't be 61 to 40, but you know what I'm saying. It's gonna get crazy, hon. It's gonna be unlike anything the world has ever seen. Ever. And the beautiful thing is that because it's Donald Trump, there will be no surprises about him to sneak up and, take the election away. There's no surprises. They're not going to find anything on him. Man, have you seen Barron Trump?
Very tall.
Holy fuck. He's like 6'7" or 6'8" now.
Well, his mom is tall and his dad is tall.
Yeah. I just, you know what? Ever since I was a teenager, young teenager, early teen, I reached up to here with union auto workers striking and looking for more money. I've always been sick of them. They've always been paid very well.
Oh, you should be back in business.
So what do you want for dinner? On the last dinner I will ever have before the age of 59.
This is Rosa Sharon.
So it's just a green thing for 3 weeks a year. It's got
Oh my
flowers.
God, Bill, it's a fucking plant.
Right.
Are you gonna cry over that now?
No, I just want to know what it is so we can place it properly.
Thank you, dear.
You know, things that just have flowers for a week, but you gotta look at them all year. Is it really worth it?
I'm not gonna live with that dead kind of dude.
No, it depends on where you put it, honey.
No.
That's what's important. Where you put it.
Whatever. The guy that doesn't want windows open, the guy that he wants to cut down all the trees. That guy, I don't want that guy.
So here's what Hunter Biden's team, legal's team, is doing. They're gonna make a show business trial. They're gonna make chaos of the whole Hunter Biden thing. They're gonna create so much havoc that everything is a 3-ring circus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So right today, the top story is Hunter Biden sues Rudy Giuliani. All right. For hacking, makes bombshell claim about his infamous laptop. So he's going to throw crap, big, to make it sound. He's just going to try to make chaos so the weak will drop off and not follow it. James Carville tears into the liberals, the stupid liberals. The far lefters,
Mm-hmm. Tina texted. No, I gotta call Tina. She says, long weekend, but we survived. It was busy Saturday and slow Sunday, but we did all right. Exclamation point. $1,672. They sold in jewelry.
They're just making these thousands of dollars and just tucking it away.
Costs them a lot of money to mine it though. It's $100 per person per day, and they go up for 3-4 days, and the whole family, they just spend all day with pickaxes and pails and shovels. They get filthy. And
They
plus
gotta get a room and everything.
yep, and then they bring the camper and they go to a campground.
So it's real work.
Oh yeah, it's not cheap. First female non-kicker. She's good looking.
Who?
Look at how burly she looks though. Look at her arms.
Yeah. She looks like a little bit like she could be a Taylor, a Marion Taylor.
Yeah, kind of, yep.
It's such bullshit. It's just, it's such bullshit. And I'm going to tell you the final reason why women cannot play physical sports against men. My mother drove it into me about the importance of respect for women and girls. And that means the way you talk to them, to the way you treat them physically. And you know what? My mother taught me, don't ever call a woman her when she's in the room.
Mm-hmm.
You call her by her name. You don't say her.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it's right down to that stuff, you know? And you're going to ask a college football player if the play happens a certain way to drill her like a top level collegiate linebacker drives into with the, you know? But you can't do that. Men are trained, men are taught, good men are taught, you don't hit a woman. On a field, the linebacker doesn't.
What's a non-kicker, honey?
I don't know what a non-kicker is. I've never
Non-kicker.
heard of a non-kicker.
I don't know what that means, non-kicker.
It means we got a girl in the football game that can't play. That's what that means. It's utter
Non-kicker
bullshit.
plays. Non-kicker plays in game.
Yeah,
That's what it says.
right. Wait, what's a non-kicker? Just let the word speak for itself.
Solve problems. They tend to build things. They tend to create societies that have a great lasting impact. And the left hates that. They have to destroy it. So that's why they have to abolish all male spaces. We've seen, it started 25 years ago, with them forcing Augusta National Golf Club in Georgia to start admitting female members. And, everyone thinks on the right, if we just compromise on this, and this, they'll finally stop. But here we are, females are going to be everywhere now because men can't stand up and have all male spaces. So I think it just gets worse from here, unfortunately.
I think it's just too the left playing with gender, where she's where the men are, and then they want the men where the females are too, and it's becoming sort of this fluid nature that they really want. But John, she could have been hurt. She's not, she's not even saying, like you said, she doesn't have the strength and the level of physical strength like the men there, but she's actually the 8th female to play in the NCAA game. The first non-kicker, but I guess a lot of people think this is what was she doing there? Why do you think she got that opportunity? And
We're bored with that.
Yeah.
So I was thinking either BLTs or grilled cheese sandwiches.
Wow.
Something easy.
The last meal of my life before 59.
Let's
And you want to boil water and make toast.
Yep. I made up my mind. We're having grilled cheese and tomato soup for dinner.
Can't we even? This is my last meal before 59.
It'll be the most delicious grilled cheese sandwich you ever had. Because you love my grilled cheese sandwiches and you brag about them to people. I love tomato soup. Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Oh yeah. I'll tell you, when you fuck around in these stadiums, you know, a lot of these stadiums, those concrete staircases are like this.
Oh my gosh, it's bad.
Well,
all over football. Well, no, it escalates into something else.
who knows what they were fighting about, because they're all in the same, as far as it's not a rivalry argument, because they're both San Francisco fans, I think. It's just some bullshit stuff, that's all.
I've seen enough. They're gonna keep playing it on loop now. I don't need to see
Yeah, it'll be
it.
done in a minute.
Yeah.
I put up a post last night. This.
Mhm.
Can you see it?
Mhm.
It's Tom Brady in a New York Jets jersey.
Mhm.
The Jets, all they need is a good quarterback right now. They got a good defense. They hired Aaron Rodgers. He played on the first drive. He got taken out.
Mm-hmm.
Bring on. So here's what I got. Bring it on. Next line. From Broadway Joe to Super Bowl Brady. Okay. I said, this is all the New York Jets need for a chance at a Super Bowl ring. I hate that she gets so much attention.
Will anti-Trump Taylor Swift influence the 2024? My heart breaks because of these fake, extremely wealthy, extremely well-known, extremely ignorant people have so much sway.
Well, just say celebrities.
It
They're
breaks
all,
my heart.
yeah.
No, I can say it any way I like. The fucking Robert De Niro's and Meryl Streep's and John Cusack's and Taylor Swift's are fucking clueless. They don't live in the real world. They don't know what it's like to live in a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house. They don't know. They don't follow the news. They're just going with the fucking flow of the elites. Hobnobbing. What do they make up? 0.03% of the nation are uber wealthy, and then there's the rest of us.
You hear that? Shoots up.
All right, honey. I'm gonna call Tina.
I'm gonna get on the cup of coffee.
Schmorkel. Then I'm gonna go out and make the bed.
After my birthday, I want us to chill in the suites for a while. I don't want, if we start to develop a habit
I
like
know. I've been thinking we need to chill on the suites for months now, and I just can't seem to stop myself.
that, I've never had a sweet tooth, but I don't want to develop one. You know, sitting around in the winter, that's so easy for humans to fall into that. I don't want to fall into that.
Yeah, I know it. I'm with you on that. You know what? I'll make myself have a tangerine or some pineapple or.
You know what I like to do? You know, a lot of times I'll use a banana as dessert because it's sweet.
Same difference. I just said the same thing.
Yeah. I had a banana last night with that pie. You should try that.
Chocolate and bananas go well together.
You should try that. Slice up a banana and have it with it. It's excellent.
Mm-hmm. Sure it is.
Oh,
But we're not going to be buying sweets anymore.
after my birthday.
I'm looking forward to dinner tomorrow.
Where are we going?
Texas Roadhouse.
I'm going to Queensbury for my 59th birthday. That's like the Prince of Pasolina for my fucking high school reunion.
We don't have to use that gift certificate.
Why don't we just go to the old folks' home? Good.
We can go anywhere you like.
I want to go somewhere where we get the early bird special at a diner.
Tell you what, you think about it today, tonight, and tomorrow, and we'll figure out a place to go. But I'm looking forward to going to dinner.
I'm going to be 59 years old. Let's go to a diner place in Frankie Valley and get the early bird special.
If that's what you want for your birthday, that's what we'll do.
And then after we get the early bird special, I'll get me a chocolate malt thing.
All right, I'm gonna call Tina. Love you.
59.
You're still in your fives.
Yeah,
Shut
that
up.
part I'm appreciative of. Oh, man.
Uh-oh.
You know, I said it Sunday, while Zig was here, like with Zig's situation, he's only supposed to eat vegetable and meat, right? And even some of the veggies can have some carbs in them and some sugars. It's like,
So we still don't have a house phone, huh? That's not good. We have no idea who's calling and leaving messages.
let me take care of that when I'll look at that. Hey, you know what? I'll look at it, and tomorrow when we're in town, if we'll decide tonight if we need a new phone or not, and we'll stop and get one more if we decide. I'll clean those contacts when I get downstairs tonight, honey. We'll see what's up. Okay, promise.
Don't have a house phone. My cell phone's being an asshole.
All right,
Yep.
restart it. I'll get a cup of coffee. Hi, Christina.
calls in, says I'm not the one emergency calls only. And then I get this round circle with a line through it, red round circle. I don't have any of that, but I still have my phone. That's me.
Eighty-eight, 47, 11. Yeah. You wearing a mask?
Can I use your phone to call Tina?
Yeah, why not?
This is garbage. I hate this phone. I want my old phone back.
Well, if you want to. Next time we go in the town, I'll go to Spectrum with you.
I want it replaced. This is garbage.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
I'm trying to call your phone. I dialed your phone 4 times.
No, it's no good. Next time we go in the town, we'll go to Martin. I don't want to spend my 59th birthday sitting there. I have an appointment tomorrow. No, I did have an appointment tomorrow.
Hunter Biden has formally sued New York City Mayor and former Trump lawyer Rudy Giuliani, another attorney, Robert Costello, over the infamous laptop. And Biden is claiming that Giuliani violated computer fraud and data access pertaining to the laptop at that Delaware computer store. This, according to a report from CNBC. The lawsuit is claiming that Biden's data was manipulated, altered, and damaged before it was copied and sent to Giuliani and Costello. And they claim that the plaintiff has demanded the defendants to cease their unlawful activities with respect to the plaintiff's data and return any data to their possession, but they have refused to do so, the lawsuit reads. Now, the laptop, of course, and its contents have led to massive questions into Joe Biden's involvement in his son's business dealings. And if this sounds like a familiar legal tactic, well, perhaps because this is Hunter Biden's second lawsuit in as many weeks. You may recall he filed a lawsuit against the IRS just weeks ago, claiming that his privacy rights as a taxpayer were violated by 2 service whistleblowers. It was July when IRS whistleblowers Gary Shapley and Joseph Ziegler alleged in that House
committee
Oh,
hearing
yes.
testifying that Joe Biden's DOJ obstructed and minimized a criminal investigation into Hunter Biden's alleged tax crimes. Much more reaction on that. But first, let's get back to the House Oversight Committee announcing the first 3 witnesses testifying this week for the Biden impeachment hearing kicking off Thursday morning. Here they are. It is Bruce Dubinsky, a forensic accountant.
Oh, close the
former
door,
Assistant
woman.
Attorney General for the DOJ
Close
Tax
the
Division,
door.
and Professor Jonathan Turley. There's a lot at stake here. Let's get out to congressional correspondent Kimberly Dukart, who's live right now on the Hill for us. So Kimberly,
First
tell us
3
about
witnesses.
the witnesses and the GOP sort of saying this will be the first inquiry hearing and what they want to lay out and accomplish on Thursday.
What a creepy looking.
So I called, it went right to her voicemail because she didn't recognize the number.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I got this in my hand. So I dialed it and it worked. But if she can't get a hold of me, that means my phone's not working and she's calling. Yeah, it doesn't say emergency calls.
Okay.
She's on her way home. Okay.
No, it's kind of like creepy, doesn't it?
I get so tired of looking. That's like looking at the commercials. It's the same thing for me. I know it's exciting for you, but for me, every time I look up at that, it might as well go, okay, Martha Stewart.
I wouldn't say exciting.
Whatever. I hate looking at it. Honey. It's boring.
What the hell's that?
The Amazing Race, new season tomorrow, 9:30, 8:30 Central on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Amy.
Yeah.
The Social Security
Progress will continue.
No.
has 11,993, so it's $7 short. It's $7 short of 12,000.
Wait a minute. All right, so let me write this down.
Wow, put it on a chalkboard.
Can you give it to me on a little piece? Can I look at it? So there's 11 G's right now and what?
Nothing. I'm writing it down because you're irritating me hugely.
Checking too. Oh,
Checking fluctuates.
yeah, I know it does. I want to look at where it is. That I'll.
Yeah. Stop talking. You're confusing me.
Oh, look, they found 14 people that are willing to take a picture with Mike.
County a short time ago was speaking a few minutes ago with a bullhorn, talking about solidarity. When he arrived, he was met on the tarmac by Sean Fain, the president of United Auto Workers. Also, Congressman Rashida Tlaib was on the tarmac. You can see Fain there right now, does have the bullhorn. They're still far away from both sides getting any closer on the deal.
Our Leonardo Feldman is live right now in Auburn Hills, Michigan. He's been speaking to the auto workers who are on strike. Leo, welcome in. Obviously, this is the first of two big visits because Trump's heading there tomorrow as well.
Absolutely, Bianca. Yeah, both presidents, former President Donald Trump and President Joe Biden, as you can see on your screen, are visiting Michigan. We are actually right here with one of the UAW members, David Stromsky, who's going to tell us a little bit about what this means to them. What do you think about President Joe Biden? You know, you see on your screen, he is right now meeting with workers in Michigan. What do you think?
I'm really excited that he's here. It's the first time the standing president has ever stood with the UAW on a strike. And I really hope that it brings attention to our fight and helps shorten the strike for us.
What do you hope for the future of the negotiations?
Just a fair pay, a return to COLA.
Fair pay?
And just some of the equity.
If you want fair pay, you should be getting a 40% reduction in pay.
Okay, thank you so much. So there you heard it. We have to go back to the studio right now. So there you heard it, Bianca.
Leo, thank you. They're excited that he's there, but obviously a lot of folks are saying some of his policies are harming the auto industry. Let's listen in a bit to the live picture here in Detroit.
They deserve all the profit because they say they're different. You know what? They are different. They have different degrees. They have different responsibilities. They have different titles, different positions. You know what? I agree, though. They're different. Let's talk about some of that. These CEOs sit in their offices. They sit in meetings. They make decisions.
How long are they an arm in arm? For 10 minutes? Hey, come on. Of course he's got his arm around, you know, an overweight black woman. Black woman. Oh, yeah. Here, Joe, just stand with your arm around the black woman and don't say anything. You know, he's beyond. Just imagine 6 months from now. You know how it goes. A decline. And then in time, and months later, the next decline happens. You know how that works. Yeah. Yeah, for president.
He's not to be taken seriously, that's all, and that's a shame. The
He never
president of the
was.
United States is not to be taken seriously.
Right.
What's wrong with that?
That's the scary part is when the president of the United States position. We're in a place where the president isn't even the acting president and no one's even telling us. We have a former president calling the shots.
Let's see, 9500.
We have the power. The world are making. The economy is of our making. This industry is of our making. And as we show, when we uphold our labor, we can unmake it. And as we're going to continue to show, when we win this fight with the big three, we're going to remake it. In this union, in this country, the people are the highest authority. So today, I just want to take a moment to stand with all of you, with our president, and say thank you to the president. Thank you, Mr. President, for coming.
Jesus. Oh, his head just got a little bigger.
To stand up with us in our generation's defining moment. And we know the president will do right by the working class. And when
I'm so glad I'm not him.
you can leave the rest of us, but we're going to take care of this.
Thank you, Gary. Look at him. Oh, let's see if he trips and falls on the pallet, okay? Because they got 2 pallets stacked up. That's the platform. Look.
Yeah, he's disgusting.
Oh, now he's gonna talk. 14 people. They're not anywhere near where the picket lines are. They're not even near it. They just found 14 people, put them in a red shirt, got some signs. He's not anywhere near the action. It's all bullshit. It's pathetic. He's thinking, no, Jesus. Lunch.
All right, honey. I'm starting to get a headache.
Joe Biden making comments there.
Oh, look, we got a great big fat round woman with green hair. Look at that.
The Union President Sean Fain minutes before that. Thanking Biden for coming. His decision, though, we do have to point out, was made after former President Donald Trump announced he will be going to Michigan, which he still will be doing tomorrow to give a primetime speech as well. Sean Fain talking about the
Hey, hon, we're almost at the even point with the house. I think we owe 55,000 about when we paid it off, and we've been paying ourselves ever since, and we're at 47,000.
Yeah.
So in a couple more, we'll be even and getting ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this negotiation still far apart. 12th the day here of the United Auto Workers. Clearly, Biden is taking time to spin it, even though on Labor Day he said he didn't think there would be a strike. We're watching this and giving more details when we come back. We'll be back in just a moment.
Heart attacks can. News breaks. A lot of.
Us. Ooh.
Well, the latest on the strike now in Hollywood. Some members are breathing a sigh of relief. A tentative deal reached Sunday between the studios and the writers
Yeah,
of America.
day.
Actors, however,
Only 1:20?
but perhaps
It feels like it's after 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
I understand.
Yeah, tonight I have got to make myself stay up until at least 10:30 on the shooting for 11.
Yeah.
With their approval, writers will then vote.
All right, so we are like, we're just under 160 right now if we don't spend a penny. Yeah. We gotta cross that 200 plane.
All too well, director, producer, actor Kevin Sorbo with us today, and alongside him, veteran journalist Rick Leventhal. Gentlemen, welcome in to Newsline. We have the strike, obviously, in Detroit that we were just watching, a very big deal. A little bit better news out for the writers. Kevin, what's your reaction to this? Do you think SAG-AFTRA now will be able to get a deal because the writers have inked this?
Well, something's going to help. And from what I've heard through the SAG people that I know, they said that the writers' deal is pretty darn good. So I'm hoping it opens quickly. I don't disagree with why they went on strike. I mean, certainly the biggest issue that I had is that AI usage as well. So I think this can be a positive thing to end the SAG strike.
Yeah, and it seems like they have to draw the line in the sand now. It is good news for them, Rick. Not so great if you're an auto worker today, though. This is Joe Biden's America.
Yeah, well, I guess so. But, I just want to echo what Kevin said. This sounds like a
What is
really
it?
deal for the writers. And the Guild credited that.
Hey, let me, I'll just put it in here. No, so I can refer to it.
Well, in a month now, I think we're good.
I'll know that in a month.
But here's the thing.
Okay.
This is going to allow talk shows and late night talk shows to go back to
Yeah,
work
but-
very soon. But without the
So what do we have? Yeah, we're having grilled
they're still
cheese.
not going to be able to produce TV shows and movies.
Unless you want BLTs, it's up to you.
No, I don't want BLTs.
And it really does come down to, in many cases, AI.
Would you rather have breakfast for dinner?
Yeah, and the talk shows, obviously, they were.
You know what?
Solidarity.
If McDonald's, if those,
Moore got a little flack for coming back, then she reversed. Same with Bill Maher. Kevin, we
I don't know.
look at Hollywood. I mean, this obviously-
It's too bad McDonald's breakfast sandwiches
A lot of people look at the
in their
high
company
standards.
were already made, and all they do is microwave them,
Behind the scenes,
because that means they can sell them in stores.
Not necessarily in front of the camera.
They make their egg McMuffins supposedly from scratch. They have those little round
Right,
things, and that's why they don't sell them all day, all night anymore,
right.
which is a shame. God.
I'll tell you
loved
what,
it when that was going on.
The next
you could go to
day-
McDonald's and get a burger, and I could get an egg McMuffin. I loved it.
the next day, those breakfast sandwiches are just as good. When you got those at home and you can just microwave them.
But I had to get a waiver. I'm on the road right now in Kansas City. I'm doing speak on Venezuela, so it's tough even for me to promote a movie that was shot way before the strike.
Right. Well, we were going to talk about your book. I mean, you're talking about your movie. I know Frank Drescher over at SAG-AFTRA, I'm sure, giving a lot of updates on what happens next. Now they did congratulate the writers, but let's talk about your book, and also it's talking about masculinity. I'm on a very masculine panel with me today because you also wrote this op-ed. The book is called. First of all, let's put up the children's book here, The Test of Lionhood. But Kevin, you wrote an op-ed talking about masculinity and basically how Hollywood has it upside down. We're seeing actors like, Timothy
Brave
Chalamet,
Books, the company that does these children's books.
Not
Yeah.
so much Herculean,
Oh,
if
Jesus, would you look at that?
Well,
Oh, Brave Books is very, very conservative. All their books are zero wokeness.
Women out there want a strong man in their life. They want somebody who can provide, not take it from women.
I think there's some points being made that I haven't heard, but they're great points. You know the way teenagers think, they love attention. Teenagers feel confused about life anyway, so when they get given an avenue, they might take it. Especially if others are doing it.
Oh, that's why they're good prey.
Right, so this whole gay, bisexual thing, transgender stuff, a lot of it is a fad and a way to get attention and acceptance and approval. And you know what? Like I said, in the big picture, I think it's going to turn out to be almost like a fad that we were doing for a while. But this shit, I think in 5 years, this shit is going to be looked at as ridiculous again. That's ridiculous.
I wonder. Now, for me, if I saw that, I would not think that guy was hot. If I
Look,
was
look at
17,
that.
18, 19 years old, I wouldn't think the guy with the purple boa. I'm never attracted to a dude that was feminine.
No. And people aren't now. And when people follow suggestions too, it's the same, you know? So girls will have boyfriends that are a little bit feminine when really they're only doing it because everybody else is. They aren't thinking enough about it. They're not making concrete decisions. They're just going with the flow. Because you got to remember, the boys act more like less masculine. There's less of a pool.
Oh, some of these guys act more like girls than the girls do.
Ugh.
But they're not gay. They're tough guys. Forget it.
Yeah, I know.
Easy prey. There are some that believe that a lot of the decline of masculinity has to do with drugs, what's in our water, fluoride,
All that.
all these chemicals,
All that.
what's in our food it's purposely being done to demasculate men.
Right. Also, the culture, they're doing the same. There's a reason why they're doing this. They're trying to make us all homogenize just bags of water.
Do you remember, I think it was in the 80s, maybe the 70s, when China limited all families to one child?
Are you in a hurry? Are you rushed?
Would you hear me? You're giving me anxiety. I'm ready to get up and go read or make the bed.
It seems like you're already
I don't give a shit. I'm just talking. I was fine until you said that. Anyway, do you remember, I think it could be the 70s, it doesn't matter, when it was a law in China that families could only have one child?
Yeah.
And there was also a time when they exterminated female babies. Anyway, that's all true. And then in 2000 something or other, they bumped it back up to 3. Each Chinese family could have 3 children.
It was 2 for a while.
Whatever. Anyway, what happened
Yeah.
is that over the last 40, 50, 60 years, however long this has been going on, now they have a bunch of old people, but they don't have any kids to take care. It didn't work. Their plan didn't work. They were trying to depopulate. And so families didn't have kids. And a lot of people elected to not have any children at all, even though they were allowed one.
Right.
And now they have a bunch of 50, 60, and 70-year-olds and 80-year-olds.
It's just another reason they're fucked. China's fucked. China has trouble getting enough. It's not just because of their population, their geo. They can't grow. They have trouble getting water.
$835 million, honey.
Is that drawing tonight or tomorrow night? Where should get some tickets for it?
I think it's today, Tuesday.
That's usually okay. Could be.
Next Powerball drawing.
Well, I need some D3. Okay. I can't be going a month without D3.
There might be an extra one above the microwave in the cupboard. I usually get buy one, get one free. I'll look.
Hey, when I go in that way, I'll look. I'd say I needed the second.
Every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 11 o'clock p.m.
3 times a week, huh?
Monday, Wednesday, Saturday.
Mondays, huh? Mondays? Really? Mondays?
So nobody hit it yesterday. Okay. Wednesday, tomorrow.
I'm gonna leave it to you to eat those ribs and that corn.
Oh. I'm not going to eat that damn corn. I ate my share, and I ate my share of ribs.
You think that corn's still good?
I don't know, probably.
What do you want to do with them there ribs?
I ate them twice. You barely ate them at all. I hate throwing food away, but I don't like being forced to eat food that I don't want. I mean, I did have it twice. I had my 2-ear corn. You didn't have any corn. Don't even say it.
What?
It's so nice out. Just makes the house bigger.
Take the fleece off too, would you?
I will.
Take it off right now. No, we don't hear a lot from Jim. I think Jim's in a tough place because I think the PGA probably fucking.
Okay, I was gonna say, which Jim are you talking about?
Yeah, I think probably the PGA thing. Then he's got to kiss their ass. He's got to go for an online interview with them for their approval. They're going to talk to him as a committee and get to the bottom of this and make decisions. You know what he should tell him? I'm suing you. Go fuck yourself. Who the fuck do you think you are? But the point is, he can talk big there. But when he goes for a job at a golf course, do you think there's I mean, we don't know. I know that he would tell us there is, and we do, it makes perfect sense. If it's a nice course and they have a pro, he's probably got to have a card. Does Andrew have a card?
Andrew?
Oh, whoever's at the Brookhaven now.
Anthony. Oh, I don't know. I think probably. I don't know.
Even if he doesn't, that's just Brookhaven. You know, it could be a blessing in disguise that Jim has to get a regular job like a regular person, and he might end up working all year round and refocusing the way he does things, and it might be a blessing in disguise. Than this.
Some golf pros make a shit ton of money.
Well, yeah, but he's not one of them.
I know.
And those jobs.
And I think he could have been.
I could have been. I think all those jobs, you only have them for a little while anyway. There's some exceptions. So where are we going tomorrow? What restaurant?
Let me look at me. Texas. No, you looked away. Don't look at me. Focus. Texas Roadhouse. $50. Thank you, Edie. Thank you, Charlie.
I like her outfit. I like her look. But the necklace, it looks like the necklace maybe shouldn't be there because it's pinned down by the...
It should be on the outside, maybe.
Yeah. Looks kind of fucked up there. But I like the outfit. I like the black with the white hair. That's all of it. Governor Newsom. You know, I again, last night, they called him good looking. They called him slick. I don't think he's slick at all.
Oh, they got their masks on. And...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, blue as fucks.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Easy fucking prey.
Yeah.
God, they're just easy. They don't even try.
You know what? Maybe that's what they should call themselves now instead of Democrats. Easy prey. I think by the time President Trump is president, the world's going to be ready for a immediate transformation of the government. Immediate, all facets of it, because we've learned that we can't talk about it, set up a committee, have hearings, and go through processes where down the road we're gonna talk about what we're gonna talk about changing. You know what I'm saying? I think real change needs to really happen, and I know I'm just saying what's been said for 50 years. Is she 12 or 22 or 32? What do you think? What's your guess?
Oh, 27, 28. She's probably older than she looks. They put her name up again. I'll look her up.
That's okay.
Avita. I think her name is something like that.
I don't see her enough to have any interest in that. She won't be around enough, I don't think.
Oh, schools choosing 4-day weeks. Creates havoc. Of course it does. Of course it does.
Well, that's something else the union auto workers want. They want a 40% increase in their overpayment already. And they only want to work 32 hours from 40. For 40% more, they want to work 20% less. I say tell them to stay home. You don't want that job, so there'll be a lot of people that'll take your job. Just go home. You know what, hon? And if you made a video montage, I mean, there's no end. Like when he's the president, he's got the podium, and with the Speaker of the House and the Vice President right behind him, this is what he says. America can be defined in one word. Pause. You can't make this shit up.
I know.
You can't. That's the president. If that happened somewhere, it would be a unique video. Just some clown at a small town, but the president of the United States, America can be defined in one word.
Mm-hmm.
It's just unbelievable. You know, that's like God saying, look, it's going to be obvious. I'm going to make sure it's obvious. Oh. We got to get past the 160 mark, honey, so when we get past, I know we're only $75, but we're going to spend money of the money we got. We got to get over the 160 so that we can start going in our minds. Okay, we're
160 what? I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm sorry, I'm talking money. 160,000. All right.
Oh.
The goal, where I think it should be uniformly, is we got to get comfortably past the 160. Right now, we got bills to pay and things to pay for. You know, we always do. So that's where it is right now, but it's going to go down a little. But we got to get above 160 solid. And then once we're past 160 solid, we got to be looking to get to the 200,000 mark. Because once we get past the 200,000 mark, we got to shoot for $250,000. Because our retirement is in the picture. And we do have the expensive months coming, but we can still be farther ahead now than we come New Year's.
Is all the money gone in stocks, the 50,000 that you invested?
No, it's just way down. And you just got to give it plenty of, some of the stocks will never come back. All I need is ILIS to do what is, and ILIS is the best looking one. All I really need is ILIS. That's all I need is ILIS to do, to come in. The rest of them, I can make it all up. But the point is, all I really need is ILIS to behave. And that might, so when Trump is president again, some of these stocks I have will come back. They were doing great. But anyway, forget the whole story. Just put that aside. I didn't consider that. There's not much in there right now as far as value.
If you had to guess, what are you thinking?
What am I thinking?
What figure are you thinking if you had to guess? You said there's not much, but if you had to guess.
If I sold it all today, 25,000. Of 50 something put in. But at least we got 25. Let's say there's 20,000 in there. So if we got 160, we got 180. But I don't want to think like that. Everything's going to crash. It's coming. I'm seeing it all. Experts, not just people with feelings. Prices are going to come down on shit, or they're going to go away.
33 trillion.
You remember when it was just years ago, we were talking about
110 billion, 137 million.
You remember when William Devane was doing the gold ads a million times a day on Fox, and we were what, 5 trillion then, 7 trillion? Now we're 33.
Yeah, and by the end of the fiscal year, September 30th next year of 2024, it should be 35 trillion or more. What the fuck are you all so happy about? Bidenomics, I love it. I love it.
What do I have for lunch? If I don't want the ribs for lunch, if I have PBJ, then that means I had cheap Wonder bread with PBJ, and then tonight I'm going to have processed cheese food with cheap Wonder bread.
You're very I'm going to have.
Well, I'm thinking about.
I'm going to have processed cheese, and I'm going to have.
All right. Well,
bread.
okay. Well, I'm talking about what I'm going to eat. You're not going to have a PBJ, so who else is going to have a PBJ with me here at the house?
All right.
So should I talk about other people? Do you see your bullshit?
Fine. Have a fucking big salad, Bill. Have a big salad for lunch.
What are you doing tomorrow? Morning.
Playing golf.
What time?
We have 9:30 tea time every Wednesday.
Your golf is a pain in my ass.
You're not getting up till noon anyway. Christ, honey, I get up at 6 for 6 hours. 6 hours every single day. Every day. I'm by myself. Every day, 6 hours.
I'm by myself 99% of the time.
Yeah, but I'm not in bed. I'm regular. I'm normal.
You are normal. As
I
far
have
as your
regular,
time goes.
normal sleeping habits.
I love your schedule. As far as you get up a little too early, you go to bed a little too early.
Yeah, I don't like getting up at 6.
No, there's if you
I
don't have a job, what
If
the
I
fuck
got up
for?
between 6:30 and 7 every day, that'd be great. That'd be fine with me. 7 o'clock is good. So let's see, tomorrow. Nothing you're concerned with, but Ernie kind of jumped the gun with this old guy, Tom.
What?
Well, it used to be 8 people, 2 tea times.
Look how blue that sky is. Wow. Sorry.
Never mind.
I'm listening, I'm listening.
I'm doing it in my own head. So, Barb, Betsy,
the 19th of October,
Laura,
1781. With the signing of the Treaty of Paris in 1783, the war officially came to a close.
That's 9
American
people.
sovereignty.
So what?
You have 2 tea times, you can't play 5. Because Elwin only used to play on Sundays, but now he's starting to play during the week. But they invited this old guy, Tom, to join the gang. Fortunately, tomorrow, not fortunately, but tomorrow we only have 8 because Edie won't be there. But if Edie was there, that would be 9. Because Elwin's been showing up during the week, which he never did for season after season. He would play the Thursday beer blind and then on Sunday, and that was it. And now he's been playing Wednesdays and Fridays. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday he plays. It's going to happen. One of these days we're going to have 9 people with only 2 tea times.
Yeah. Have you seen how much it cost him? Years and years ago, Ed told me it cost him $100 to take his 2 kids bowling. Open bowling at High Rock.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the way they do it these days. You go to the counter, you tell them you want to bowl. If you rent shoes, the guy gives you shoes. But right from the start, he pushes the fucking button. After you pay, he pushes the button and you're running on a meter.
Mm-hmm. It's not how many games, it's how many games you can get in an hour.
Just the whole sense of that internally,
Mm-hmm.
it just kills it for me.
Mm-hmm.
You're sitting there trying to focus on your bowling.
And you're going like this. We got to hurry up.
Hurry up and roll. Hurry up and roll.
Yeah, we got X amount of frames, but we only have X amount of minutes.
Can you
Hurry up,
imagine
hurry
if
up.
golf was, imagine if you went to you paid for the time.
Mm.
I mean, it's disgusting. And people should not accept it.
I agree.
People shouldn't accept that. So you know what you got? You got the kids looking. Well, Ed, I don't know if Ed knew that that's the way it was, because you know what you would want to do. You would want to say, "Hey, kids, go find the bowling ball you're going to use before we get the lane time working.
Mm-hmm.
Go around, look for your ball first, because holy shit, while you two are looking for the right ball for 9-year-old girls, 10-year-old girls,
Mm-hmm.
we're paying for the meter." So he said it cost $100. They bowled 2 or 3 games and had something to eat. $100.
Yeah, not shocking anymore. We're all done with sticker shock. Nobody's sticker shocked
And
anymore.
I want to tell you, that was like 7 years ago. He told me that. Okay.
Mm.
Now, just think how much that costs today. I mean, that's the thing about bowling, is it wasn't very expensive, But how does a kid bowl today?
Mm. I hope the skirts and the mullets don't come back next year.
Why do you call them the mullets?
Because they're a lot of the guys. You can just they're woodchucks. They have no idea what they're doing.
Yeah.
They have really long hair. Their clothes are ratty. They haven't got a fucking clue what they're doing on the tee box.
Yeah.
They're like Corinth's finest.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to put it.
We didn't see much of them at all this year, did they? Did we? Tom and Joni.
Let's see. Edie and Charlie are leaving October 25th for Florida.
Good for them.
Yeah.
I hope they don't get down there and then they got a hurricane coming. This woman is irritating, just like the girl from Australia. She too has got her own little shtick she's working.
Oh, she is Ukrainian, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think she's Ukrainian. Let's listen to her.
Ukraine. He said that the 31 battle tanks were being prepared to reinforce Ukrainian brigades. These are the first American-made Abrams tanks.
He's wearing a dark shirt, not green. How about
He
that?
reported that additional
Wow.
tanks will likely be sent from the U.S. to Ukraine in the coming months. We should note that only 1 year ago, Ukraine's allies were against sending Western-made tanks to Ukraine. This was over concerns of escalating the war, rising tensions with Russian President Vladimir Putin. But that all changed earlier this year, back in January, when the US, Germany, and the UK agreed to transfer their tanks, like the Leopard and Challenger 2 tanks. And Ukraine's armed forces started training on these in the spring of this year. Now, the arrival of these Abrams comes at a critical moment in Ukraine's counteroffensive. Ukrainian brigades recently breached the first heavily fortified Russian defensive lines in the southeast of Ukraine. That's in the Zaporizhia region. And these tanks will boost Ukrainian forces' armored capabilities and aid their push into Russian-held territories as Ukraine continues to make modest but tactical gains along the front lines. Otherwise, very briefly, shifting into some figures to provide context on the intensity of what has really just been unfolding here on the ground. Russian attacks against Ukraine using various types of weapons have killed at least 9 civilians and wounded 13 others just in the last 24 hours alone. And we actually heard Ukraine's military report today that so far this month, Russia has launched at least 419 kamikaze Shahed drones, carrying out strikes across Ukraine, resulting in September being the month with the most drone attacks since this war began. Bianca, I'm just touching on some of those points you mentioned, but otherwise that's latest from me here in the Ukrainian capital.
Shelby Wilder, appreciate that live update. You stay safe out there. Let's bring in our panel now of military experts to discuss this a bit closer now. We have former senior Naval Intelligence Officer John Jordan with us today and retired Brigadier General Blaine Holtz. Gentlemen, welcome into you both.
Talk.
General Holtz, so Abrams tanks.
I don't need to hear it. All I want to hear about Ukraine is it's over. Done.
Some say also, where's the air power? How much of a difference will these tanks make? And where do you think the next phase of the war sadly goes from here, as we haven't seen a lot of talks for diplomacy increase?
That's exactly right, Bianca. The question is, where is the air power? These things work best when they're covered by A-10s or some sort of air armaments. The other thing that we should know is that while the Abrams, that is a formidable weapon, and hopefully the Ukrainians can make good use of it.
Do you want to have grilled cheese and tomato soup soon? And then I'll make
We'll look for something
oatmeal, and you can have that later tonight.
Weapons if those missiles get to the battlefield. But honestly, this is a logistics war, and the Russians are really hammering away at the rear lines of logistics for the Ukrainians right now. And I love
We can have
because it just gives you a brief taste of
super late lunch or super early dinner at like 3:30.
across all these lines.
Well, speaking of the fighting, I do want to get your take on
I
this.
love you, and you're a huge pain in the ass when it comes to
Commander
food.
of the Russia's Black Sea Fleet, John, we know that
you speak Russian, you're very well
You know, I'd be happy with?
the information war that
Might
may
have,
happen
might have some
in
hamburger
the
helpers, some good
industry.
toxic shit.
Showing this Admiral Victor Sokolov taking part in the
Nope.
conference. It was shown on Russian state television today. Ukrainians are saying they killed him. So is this part of a propaganda campaign? What do you think is really going on behind the scenes?
I believe Victor Sokolov is alive when they show him or give a proof of life with him next to a newspaper or some other way that's time marked where you know he's still alive. What I get out of this is that the Russians seem to be very concerned in proving
You know,
he's
we were
alive.
starving.
In fact, it turns out that he's not alive.
If we were in a place where we haven't eaten in a few days,
Yeah.
we would be lapping up that leftover stew and those
Oh,
2 or
fuck
3
yes.
ribs. Oh, yeah.
Yes, of course.
Hugely.
Very interesting to see if he really is or isn't alive.
Of course.
What do you think, General Holt? I mean, Foreign Minister.
Oh, yeah. A Russian, I fell asleep, but a Russian admiral died yesterday.
Yeah.
Inflammatory.
Hello, girl.
Hey there.
Hey, my phone worked. I'm impressed.
Close the door.
Oh, so congratulations. I did get that text, but I couldn't text you or call you.
We know that Putin's under a lot of
Close the door.
to get this war to a particular ending point. China can't keep investing in this.
Time to call Dwight.
The world situation is changing on him, and his inner circle may be fragmenting. That's good news for the Ukrainians, but no one should.
Okay.
Great to have you both in. John Jordan, General Blaine Holt. Thank you, gentlemen.
Great to meet you.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Hey, how are you? Well, thanks. Come, Vivette. Oh, nice. As she faces prison time. What are we talking? She looks fucking hot. Very fucking. Fury response to DOJ's attempt limit.
You had great, I think you had great years. Yeah. Awesome year.
Led police on wild goose chase. Inexcusable. Biden faces backlash. AOC appears to reverse course, ditching her.
You know, I haven't tried them to see, but anyway, yeah, I think I'm going to see how this part next year, possibly.
a great mouth. Oh, Shakira? Oh, Shakira. You gotta shake more than just your money maker. They don't say much. Happy belated daughter day. Two years ago. I made plans to leave immediately and head back to New York because I wasn't there at the time. That we had the opportunity to go visit her and say goodbye. That was the picture that was taken. I was helping her relax so she could rest. Come on. My girls, my world. All right. Happily birthday to my brother. Look at this time. No. All right. Come on. Mama's Yeah.
Across the street, and so they put canopies out. Come on. Come on. Breaking. Military inspection of troops. Oh yeah. Now the one that's going to be that's a farmer's market, isn't it? Yeah. But you know what? When they were outside, because
What? Oh, you fucking. So all these quakes. So all this up here, and then there's nothing down here. It just stops right at the Canadian line, huh? Yeah. Like radiation stops at the red rope, huh? Yeah. Yeah, shiny.
I think that next, I bet you this Sunday.
I gotta have lunch, man. Ugh.
Congratulations on your good weekend. And yeah, we'll talk All right, Tina, have a good rest of the week and weekend, and we'll talk soon. Okay, bye.
Okay, so I'm gonna bring the little bit of stew and the ribs down the gym. You can have that for lunch tomorrow. I didn't tell them. They'll love it. Okay.
Yeah, I'll package it up for
Yeah.
you so you can take it down.
Okay, good. And a couple of biscuits, 1 or 2 biscuits.
Mhm.
You think the corn's worth giving to them?
No, good Lord. What are you doing, honey?
All right. Hey, it's a little bit cool. We'll leave one window open. Close the other, okay? I'm gonna have lunch. You got any ideas what I should have?
Well, I just talked to you about having a super late lunch or a super early dinner. We could have grilled cheese and tomato soup now. I haven't eaten. I have a slice of bread. I've been up since 6. I could stand to eat.
I could stand to eat now too.
Why don't we do that now?
Okay, I guess that makes sense. Okay.
You gonna take a shower before you get down there?
Yeah. Yeah, I want to do a couple things. I want to try to get the car to the garage today. It's gonna all of a sudden be too cold to do shit. Oh, hey, I want to ask Jim too. No, he's not gonna know any.
All right, well, I'm gonna make food now.
We'll see if going to be going to the farmers market in Saratoga. She's gonna be selling there too.
Oh, we can here. You don't know this year.
All done? There's no winter things?
No. Well, there's possibilities, but nothing concrete.
Who goes first?
Wash your hands, Sammy.
Yes. Wash your hands, Terry. Wash your hands. I said, now wash your hands, Terry. Wash your hands. Wait. Bad infection. Holy shit. Holy shit. Give me a call real quick. Damn.
What's the matter?
Dwight's got a medical problem. He's not going to be able to come out till early next week. It's been early next week for a couple of weeks. Hey, Dwight, how you doing?
What's up, buddy?
How are you?
I'm all right. I wasn't, but I'm getting there, so.
I was online looking at a picture of you and I think your wife on vacation at the beach on that beautiful track, you know?
Yeah. 2 weeks ago, we went down Ocean City for Bike Week.
Yeah, great pictures. I love that 3-wheel bike thing.
Yeah.
So how you feeling? What's going on with you? You laid up?
Yeah, I don't. Last Friday, my the ankle that I broke and had all the surgeries on, and with the cadaver parts, it gets tired and sore, you know. So I thought maybe it was just I strained it or something. So I left work. I get home, it's getting a little worse. My wife looked at it and said, "Well, gee, it doesn't look bad, swollen a little." I said, "I probably strained it, you know." Blah blah blah. Time I woke up Saturday morning, I could hardly walk. It wouldn't hardly fit in my boot. So, of course, my wife makes me work all weekend on the camp on the ladder and shit. So, Saturday night, it got super bad. I woke up Sunday. I couldn't even fucking really walk at all. And I said, I'm going to take a shower. So I took a shower, let the hot water run on. I get out. She was checking it open. It fucking split. Probably a good... the back of it and up towards the top. And all the shit to come out of there like a dark brown pus and blood.
Oh, wow.
God.
Wow.
So, yeah, so we left camp. I said, well, I gotta go to the hospital. So we went to the ER. So the guy's like, I gotta check it out. I said, well, I'm gonna tell you what, be prepared. He goes, for what? I said, just be prepared. He goes, should I check it out? I said, go ahead. He grabbed the pinky toe and it felt like they were cutting it off with a red hot butter knife.
Wow.
He pulled it open and then it split along the top about a half an inch outward towards my ankle on the top.
Holy shit.
So the fucking pain. I've been through a lot of pain in my life. That was fucking horrible. So
Yeah.
they cleaned it and got it packed and all that. It was a group B strep infection.
Wow.
I've never had one. I go, how do you get it? You know, I just left my doctor's office. And she goes, everybody has strep on their bodies. He goes, but if you had a sore or a little bit of raw skin, which my foot, the way they have it hooked up now, because it's all fucked up, but it does rub on my boot, and by my pinky does get a little sore, but it's never broke open. She goes, that doesn't matter. She goes, so that's what happened. So
Wow.
I got to go to ortho now because they want Dr. Rosas to check where he put all those cadaver parts in to make sure it's okay.
Yeah.
Because they're really concerned about that.
Huh.
And then the wound care.
Yeah, the wound care is probably like that. I mean, it's that infection stuff. I mean, wow, that really showed itself, huh?
Yes, it did. I'm like, holy. And I mean, 30 hours after it started is when it broke open. I'm like, oh my God, the shit. My wife's like, oh my God.
I gotta tell you, I understand. I do understand about fluid building up in the lower part of your body and the pressure and the excruciating pain that can be.
Yeah.
Man, I take blood thinners, and me and the Rumps, and we had a bunch of people at my trailer at the party shack when I was young. And we drank for days and days, and Mary gave me she got irritated with me, and she gave me a kick right in the calf. A couple days, I felt the pressure building up. I didn't know what it was, but a few days later, from taking blood thinners and everything, what it was is I was bleeding internally and didn't know it. And days later, my foot was swelled up, and it got to the point where literally just my foot resting on the floor was excruciating. It doesn't take much. It doesn't take much hydraulic pressure in the body to make excruciating pain, man.
No, it does not.
What?
I've been through a lot medically, man, but I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I could take a lot of fucking pain. I'm in pain every day. That was fucking horrible.
Yeah, I'll bet it was. Well, I'm glad it's working out for you. I'm glad you got. You're not dealing with like the results of some serious infection, like cutting off body parts and shit.
Yeah, and I was scared because my toe. You should have saw my fucking foot. I'll show you a picture of it next week. Unfucking believable. Man, something ain't right. I had those cadaver parts in there, the tendons and ligaments and shit.
Right.
I got a ton of them in there. That's what they're still super concerned. So they got me on augmentin and tetracycline antibiotics, the most powerful tool you can get. They got me on both of them, so to protect those implants. So.
Yeah. Yep. Well, they may tell you you got to take it easy for a while. Well, it might be a thing where you got to stay off your feet to let that shit do what it's got to do, you know?
Yeah, and that's what I've been doing. So I'm figuring, that's what I'm figuring. Beginning of the week or something, should be okay.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I'm starting to get the vibe, the sense that you might not be. You're just hoping. You know, you might not be able to. Well, hey,
Fucking tough.
I know you are. All the Barces are tough.
Tough or stupid.
No, I wouldn't say stupid. I'd just say tough.
Yeah.
Hey, so I saw that picture of Dave Bars. He looks good.
Yep.
But hey, so let me ask you. You mind if I ask you a backhoe thing or a track thing? Okay. Okay. All right. So I got this fuel leak, and it's a little bit. I just got under and tried to take a peek, and I don't know where exactly the fuel leak is. It's probably simple. It's probably just the old hose, but I don't know that, and I'm not like you. I'm not trained in this or experienced. But here's the thing: I got some mechanical experience, but I got enough to know you just don't tear out the fuel line if you don't know what you're doing, right? So I know there's a priming issue. You don't want to run out of fuel in a backhoe and a diesel and all that stuff. And I also don't want to drain whatever fuel I have left into the ground if there's a way to do it, right?
Right. Yeah.
So anyway, this is the time when I really need an expert, not just want one. But here's what I want to tell you, Dwight. That just getting the fuel line leak fixed is the first priority. But I'd also like to go through it, you know.
Yeah.
But with it getting with it cold, how are you picturing it? Because would it be better for you if the backhoe went somewhere? Or
no, don't do that. That costs your arm and a fucking leg. We'll get her done.
Well, hey, listen, I want you to know I'm not calling on a favor. I'm going to pay you, okay, for whatever you do.
We'll figure that out after.
Well, let me ask you this. When you had Levi come over and help me before, I paid Levi. I tried to pay him when I thought diesel mechanics got paid, you know? And I never really knew if he was satisfied with what I gave him. I knew this. I knew that he reached a point in life where he decided he didn't want to be a diesel mechanic anymore, and he was going into the correctional system, right?
Yep.
So I was like, he's a nice kid, and his dad told him to go help an old friend. So he did. He did a good job. But I was wondering if like he felt like I didn't give him enough for what he did or what, you know?
No, he was fine. Well, he's like me. He don't mind helping people out for, just give me a few bucks here and there. That's fine because this shit's so expensive. And we know. So, to have him come over and work for a little bit, he tells you whatever. No, he's not like that. He's like me,
Well,
if you took it somewhere, you're talking trucking fees. You'll have $1,000 in trucking, and it's about $130 a fucking hour for somebody to look at it.
Yeah, okay.
So no, he was happy, and like I say, we'll get it done. You ain't gonna take it nowhere. You're gonna have to fucking get a job and then pay for it.
Well, I'll tell you what I'd like to do, man. I'd like to get with you and see if you want to do the work. But it's like I said before, it's the fuel line leak. And then after that, it's really just a big, beautiful lubing and maybe changing with some hoses. Okay?
Yeah.
I would like to change I would love it if you could, you or me or whatever, but if I could end up with all new hoses where they're old,
Right,
anyway, I don't want to talk a long time at you, but I want to pay you diesel mechanic wages, dude, okay? You're saving me money either way, okay?
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Relax. Like I said, we can get all the hoses right over in Wilton. This Adirondack Tree Surgeons, he has a hydraulic shop now.
Well, that's good.
Over by Exit 16. So,
Yeah.
So, we can get them right close, and their prices are very good.
Excellent. Well, how are you with the cold, with the time of year and everything? I mean, how are you?
Like I said, I don't know if I'm tough or stupid.
All right, well, take care of your foot, and I'll just put the backhoe off in my mind until next week and give you a call.
Yeah, we'll talk beginning of the week and see how I'm doing, and I should be all right, and we'll get that done. And even if we have to do it a couple days, little by little, and get her greased up and hoses changed, whatever. So
You're beautiful. Okay, well, you take care of that, and don't be surprised if they tell you got to take it easy for a couple weeks.
I go fucking stir greasy.
I'll bring some beer over. We'll watch some football.
Sounds good.
All right, boss. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.
All right, I'll talk to you beginning of the week, Bill.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Well, he's good. All the horses are good people. They call them, and they kind of have a little weight and muscle on the body too. And I don't know what happened to him earlier in life, but he's got cadaver parts in him around his feet. On ligaments and stuff. And him and his wife went an anniversary trip. They got motorcycles and shit. And just while they were on vacation, his foot swelled up. His toe swelled up so bad. And then it got to the point where it actually swelled up and opened up, and shit was coming out of it. Oh, man. White and brown pus. And he said, holy shit, that looks like infection. Yeah. So they packed up their shit and they came back and they went to UCare or something, kind of addressed. And he's in the process. They want to look at everything, and they want to look at all the cadaver parts and make sure that's okay. Yeah. So, he's my age, well, so. Yeah. And I'm sure they're going to say you got to stay off and keep clean. Take your antibiotics, So I can't really go back on, but he assured me we'll get it taken care of. So I assured him I'll let him, He's saving me a ton by coming over here. He just explained how much it would cost to get it there and back. And, you pay hundreds just to have the guy look at it before he tells you So he says it'll be $1,000 just to get it somewhere and back. Or $1,000. Well, he's doing what he does, and I want to pay him. I want to pay a decent wage. He's still saving me a bunch of money. And we're gonna do hoses, old hoses and everything. So that's what happened. I get out there, I get doing stuff, and then I blow an old hose. Anyway, so that's good. So after lunch, what? After lunch, I want to fuck around and hopefully call you to push the gas pedal. Yeah. I love the woman. Her and Heather. Two. Tonight. There's only an hour and a half left of trading. I'll take a look at it tonight. Maybe I am going to put a sale in right now for that. Ooh. You fat. Oh, you didn't make it with milk, huh?
I didn't want to use all the milk.
That's okay, because I don't need the cholesterol.
You want a glass of milk though, right?
Yeah. I'll take the black pepper, too.
I'm bringing it. No salt?
No salt.
She has now become the rich that she wants to tax.
Yeah, Whitley, I'm so glad you brought that up. I am 100%. Hey, listen, if you can make that amount of money for an hour, rock on. That's fantastic, but there does seem to be a little hypocrisy.
Yeah, Michelle gets $750 million for an hour speech. She gets $750,000 an hour for a speech.
Your thoughts?
Michelle Obama?
You know, it's so interesting. We see so many people. We just see Bob Menendez. Legal problems he's having. Both sides of the aisle cashing in on their time in public service. And it's amazing. Even sometimes before they leave public service, as we see with Menendez, for instance, they're still raking in the bucks. I mean, someone who's worked in the public sector for decades and decades, having millions upon millions of dollars. That's something we see among Republicans, among Democrats, and frankly, I think it's the reason why a lot of people are really cynical about politics and about politicians these days, more than ever. All right, well, I want to jump.
All right, so Michelle Obama gets $750,000 an hour. Okay, so that day, you know, not just when she's talking, and she talks about diversity and equality or equity, and you know what? She's doing it for $750,000 an hour. She's doing it for the good of the people, not the money.
I don't hear you.
Yeah.
I don't care. I can't take it anymore.
The two women I love the most is Hillary and Michelle.
In many ways,
Yeah.
Hillary's saying that Putin's going to interfere in 2024.
Yeah.
Political parties, funding, political.
Nobody listens to that fucking evil cunt anymore. She's like a used piece of toilet paper.
In different places. He hates democracy. He particularly hates the West, and
Just
he
ask Bill.
especially hates us.
I'd like to hear both of you.
You guys are good with this.
Can you turn that up a little bit? 15 seconds, and then Laura wrap us up.
Hillary should mind the business that pays her. We all know that the Russian hoax was a hoax.
She has
There's
pretty
absolutely
face, huh?
no collusion. So the fact that she's perpetuating this is just a part of her lies, fallacies, and fairy tales that she has. But she's not talking about the 40 million that the Democrats received from cryptocurrency that was stolen from people making it free. She should mind the business that pays her and stay out of things like this because she has no clue what she's talking about.
Laura, final short word. It's not exactly a stop the presses moment to say that Putin is out to alter the election. I mean, this is a man who literally is alleged to have assassinated his opponents in his country and abroad. And I will say for Hillary, not a huge fan, but she was a former Secretary of State. I think she's good connections in the intelligence community. All right, we're going to leave it there on The Other View. Whitley Yates, Laura Curran. Great chat there. Thanks so much for joining me on The Other View. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Okay. All I gotta say about Michelle Obama, get that money. You know, who can wait?
Seriously.
$7
Rock
plus for an
on.
hour.
Get it. Do it.
Whatever. All right.
I'm
Coming up, the murder that shocked the country. A tiny pageant queen, just 6 years old, JonBenet Ramsey, brutally murdered. Now, years later, police have a new person of interest based on DNA evidence. Interesting. More American Agenda.
I was just checking to see if I remembered your number.
Yeah.
No, I don't want.
Hey, Jake from State Farm. We have to know. Yeah, these are State Farm pajamas. No, what if we have to talk to somebody about our policy, but it's late at night? Call us 24/7. Great, because what if someone still calls his mom for everything? We'll walk you through everything. At State Farm, we're there for your what ifs.
Yeah, Mom, everything's great. Yeah. I mean, not my mom.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote
I don't
today.
think I'm gonna be able to eat.
Public.com is the one place where you can invest in almost everything, including treasury
Put one in the
bonds,
Ziploc
which
and be
have the
good.
backing of the U.S. government. Lock in your fixed rate and purchase treasury bills in seconds. Get up to $10,000 when you transfer an account to Public.com.
So when I go downstairs, I'll address that base unit.
We'll address the basement.
The base unit.
Is
The basement's covered.
home cooked meal.
Last night I sat there, I looked at the floor, the carpet, I looked at the coffee table, and I looked at the bar top, and I says, this has been like this for months, and you just sit in it like your father.
20 minutes later,
Like Raymond, when is the part where you clean it? When does that happen?
You cannot get this from a microwave.
Tavola, your secret weapon for impossibly
I mean, what if somebody stopped by?
It's free for 100 days at Tavola.com.
What if you suddenly had company? The basement's gotta be dead. No? Oh, by the way, I went to Zillow or Zillow.com. They're not up to date on our place. They have it as a 1,000 square foot place. Okay. But with their 1,000 square foot place, what this addition, and it's just a cold. They say it's just a estimate. The details they don't have. So the market value variances of reality. But based on the stats they have, without knowing about this room or the bar downstairs or the bedroom in the attic, just 1,000 square
Wow,
foot.
Bill. Yeah, I got it.
I'm trying to clear it up in your mind.
I got it.
Right.
Wow.
261,000.
Wow.
But really, if we showed this place, we could get, I'm sure we could get over 300,000 easy. But when you take $300,000 around here, see what it gets you.
Hey, Jake from State Farm. We have to know. Yeah, these are State Farm pajamas. No, what if we
I
have to
think
talk to
Raymond's
somebody
place is
about our
worth
policy, but it's late at night?
70.
Call us 24/7. Great, because what if someone still calls his mom for everything? We'll walk you through everything. At State Farm, we're there for your what ifs.
Yeah, Mom, everything's great. Yeah. I mean, not my mom.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Call or click to get a quote today.
Now's the time to save on bestsellers at the fall sale at Raymore and Flanagan. You'll save up to $1,200 on favorites for your whole home.
Again,
Plus,
come
find
get
great
back in the
prices
Star
on mattress
program.
brands at the fall sale
It's
at
worth real
Raymore and
money to
Flanagan.
us.
What drew me to
Only in taxes and
Small
stuff,
is that
it's really worth it.
fresh food and he loves it. He's obsessed with it, actually. Bruce means the world to me because he is my baby and he deserves nothing but the best.
When you're diagnosed with cancer, you have questions. Outcomes for Me has answers. Our oncologist-approved, easy-to-use app will help you take control of your cancer care. Outcomes for Me gives you personalized treatment options, tools to manage your care, and access to expert advice. 1 in 4 recently diagnosed breast cancer patients use Outcomes for Me to help guide their treatment decisions.
The information was targeted.
It filters out all of the noise.
It's going to be very interesting to see the effects, the total effects of having racing all spring, summer in Saratoga. Seriously?
Just carry it on. Thank you, Mom. Such work to eat it anyway.
How many do you have? Oh.
Evidence is surprising and encouraging. Your insider, I would say, expertise, how likely is it that this new information could actually lead to the murderer?
So I believe that this case is very solvable, especially with DNA. The DNA didn't come around till, I believe, 2003 in this case, when they extracted it from the undergarments of the child. And as you had mentioned, they've interviewed and compared DNA to about 1,000 people. Today, we have the advent of familial DNA, where they can go into private databases like 23andMe and Ancestry.com and look to see if they can find a relative of the killer that has given his sample freely. They have solved many, many murders with that particular method, and from not knowing the actual facts, but from believing that they have new leads. It may be from familial DNA, from a family member, that can lead them to the actual killer of John Bonet.
Dan, there was DNA that was unidentified on John Bonet, correct? I know it's difficult even all these years later to go in and talk about this, on her fingernails, her clothes. With this new technology, you're saying there's a high likelihood they're going to be able to identify
Talk
somebody.
about the liberal world,
Yes,
fighting the
most
liberal world
definitely.
because they're
Many
running into each other with their
familial
bullshit.
DNA, and I believe that may be what is.
There's a company we bought stock in. It's just a penny stock. It's a cheap, nothing stock. Anyway, I don't have much, but anyway, I see this news article, the stock news, this company, a lithium mining company. They own this property that's on the border of Oregon and Nevada, in the caldera of an old volcano. And they've been sampling and looking for lithium, and they found some. And
It's a huge deposit. It's like 28 miles long and 20 miles wide.
it could be the largest lithium deposit known in the country or on the continent. But there's also the potential it could be the largest in the world. So I says, okay, I got some money sitting in there, so I bought $600 worth or so. Just for the, All right, so then of course, here's what's happening. I'm going to sell some of that stock today and buy something else. Anyway. So the liberals want the battery cars. They want the lithium battery cars, right? But the liberals also don't want them to mine there and contaminate the grounds and pollute.
Of course.
So they want their cake and eat it too. It's just like oil.
Jerry wants cake.